Hi, I'm Will Weber. I'm the instructor for this Math 152 class here in the winter of 2017. Um, yeah, it is winter quarter. I'm sitting here in my jacket in my office here, and it's freezing. I don't know. They have the air conditioner on or something. Um, but you're probably home, comfy and warm in your PJs or however you take an online class. I don't know. We need to take a look at the syllabus so you know what's expected of you. And maybe what to expect from me. Um, Here we go. This is Math 152 um, on section Online 1, winter 2017. The prerequisite for this class is Math 151 with a C or better. We should point out that although a C or better gets you in the class, I expect that you know everything from any of your prerequisite classes. A lot of life is like this. Other than being a math professor, I've been an electrician. In fact, I was an electrical administrator in the state of Washington. I could have been an administrator for any electrical company within the state. In order to do that, I had to pass a test that the state gave, and I needed a 70% or better on each of 3 sections. And 2 of the sections I did really well. In one of the sections, I got a 71%. So yay, I passed. Then, we do a job, and the inspector comes and inspects it. And does the inspector say, oh, hey, you got 70% of it right, so, oh, you're okay? No. The inspector says, huh, you got one thing wrong, fix it. It's like, you got to get 100%. Yeah, a C or better gets you in, but if you really want to do well, you want to understand stuff, you got to understand all the prerequisites. You got to be able to do it. And if you have gaps in your knowledge, particularly trig, ask and I'll help. That's what I'm here for, to teach you math. Calculus is the best review of algebra you will ever have. We'll use every scrap of algebra you've ever learned, and some that you haven't. Trig, too, in Math 152 particularly. Um, we will be working on your trig, trying to get it better. I will ask many times, how's your trig? And maybe the answer is not so good, but hopefully the answer will be, it's getting better. It's getting better to the point where you say, yeah, hey, my trig's pretty good. Uh, just keep asking questions, really. I'm here to help you. So you got to get better at it. So here we go. As you know, because you've already made it this far, that we are not using Canvas, we are using WAMAP. The course ID number for this, and again, this is sort of redundant because you've already gotten here. So, well, anyway, course ID 13382. Enrollment key is Math 152. I am Dr. William T. Weber, just Will is what I go by. My office is here on the WCC campus, LDC 221. Please stop by. I am here most days, all day long, practically. I got an early morning class, so I get back to my office about 9:30, and then I stay here till I go home in the afternoon. So please feel free to drop by. I have to have some kind of official office hours. So 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are my official office hours. But as I said, I'm here most of the day on those 4 days. Friday, not so much. If I have a meeting scheduled, I will come in. Sometimes I'm in anyway just because I've got work to get done. Um, but yeah. I also have an online office. This link right here will get you there. If I'm in my office, I will also be logged into the online office. So if you can't come here physically, then go to this other place. Um, I can turn my camera on. I can turn my microphone on so I can talk to you. You can see what I'm doing. You could turn on a camera and microphone as well. There's also a whiteboard we can write on. There's all kinds of stuff to do. So anyway, that's the online um, office. If you think I should be in my office and I'm not, in my online office and I'm not, then give me a call. Send me a text, not a text, an email, and say, hey, Will, get on your online office. I'll say, oh, okay, and then we can do whatever we need to do there. So anyway, please stop by. If my door is open on my actual office, then stop in. I'm here to help. So please do. Phone number 360-383-3566. If I'm here, I'll answer the phone. If I'm not, you'll get a chance to leave a voicemail, and that'll be forwarded to my email. And yeah, and then I'll listen to it and get back to you. So earlier in the week is better. as I say, Friday I'm not here as much, and Saturday and Sunday, yeah, I take the weekends off. I'm generally not very accessible on the weekends. Once in a while, but not very often. Anyway, so there we go. My email is wweber@watcom. It's no longer .ctc. Let me delete that at watcom.edu. We've got our own exchange here, apparently. Here we go. Textbook is the same textbook we use for Calculus 1. So it's Calculus Early Transcendentals, 7th edition by Stewart. We'll use this text for this class and the next class and the next class. So Calc 1, 2, 3, and 4 all use the same textbook. So you're really going to get your money out of that one. Yeah, we cover, in this course, we cover chapters 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and not necessarily in that order. I think I do 5, 7, 6, 8, 9, and only a little bit of 9. So techniques of integration, applications of integration, and then we end with a brief introduction to differential equations. Course outcomes, these are a list of sort of the main things I expect that you're going to be able to do by the time you get done with this class. Should you find yourself studying for an exam or quizzes or something, looking for inspiration as to what to study, this is probably a good list. This is the official department thing of what you should be able to do. It is a brief list, although there are many other things too, but these are the most important ones. Core learning abilities, of course, the college has a whole list of core learning abilities. This class focuses on quantitative literacy, which is really kind of funny to me because if you've made it to calculus, you've probably verified that you're quantitatively literate. But here we go. We're going to test you again for quantitative literacy. Yeah, okay, I got to give you a grade. So here's the things I'm going to grade you on. Well, actually, I'm not going to grade you on your homework, but homework is what it takes to get a good grade on everything else. So there's two types of homework. There's homework out of the book, and there's homework on WAMAP. So after most of the sections in WAMAP, there's a little practice problem set, and you can do those. That gives you feedback right away as to whether they're right or wrong. Doesn't tell you why they're wrong, just tells you that they're wrong. So you can try the homework. You can do as many times as you want. It's not part of your grade. It's just not. And likewise, the homework in the book, this is a list each section as to what problems I think you should probably take a look at. This is sequence notation, so n is an integer, so in 4.9 this is just saying do them all. 2n plus 1 would be, well, if n is an integer, then 2 times n is even, and you add 1 to that, it would be odd, so you know this must be the odds. Yeah, so either all of them or do the odds. Anyway, yeah, just do a bunch of problems. You know, if you think about anything at all that you do well, think about what it took to get that good at it, right? Did you just pick it up and all of a sudden you could ride a skateboard like crazy and do all sorts of loops and flips and whatnot? No, of course not. You practiced. You spent hours practiced. You crashed how many times on that skateboard? You know, you played the piano, you played the violin. Goodness, you screeched forever with the violin, and now you've gotten to the point where you don't screech. You actually sound marvelous. What did it take to get there? It took practice. And, you know, math is no different. In order to get good at it, it takes practice. I'm really good at math because I have hours, millions of hours. I haven't added them up, but it's pretty dang close to 1,000,000 hours of doing math. I like doing it. This is what I do. You know, it's fun. And if you want to get good at math too, you got to practice. So this is what I see homework is. It's the practice. It's the time you put in doing it to get good at it. So anyway, that's not part of your grade. It's just what it takes to get the grade. Anyway, here's part of your grade discussions. There are 12 discussions. One of them is in the getting started section, just to introduce yourself. But then every week, each of the 11 weeks, there's a discussion section. This is a place to ask your questions. This is a place to answer people's questions. This is a place where I will be answering people's questions. But if you can answer someone's questions, that's great, and I don't have to, or I might add to something that you've said in answer to someone else. I would like each person every week to put something of use, something helpful into those discussions. Asking a question is helpful. Answering a question is helpful. Maybe all the questions are already answered and you don't have a question. Well, take a problem you've done and say, hey, here's how I did this problem. You know, or maybe you found some other source of videos or something that you liked better than mine, or maybe just a different point of view than what my video is, then post it. Say, hey, I saw this video. It really helped me, and you post it. So do that. Do something of use to others each week, right? Um, just saying, oh, thanks, that really helped me. Well, you made a post, but that doesn't count for what I would like you to do, right? So do something of value in those discussions. This is a great way of learning to help other people, to organize something in your own mind well enough to be able to explain it to someone else is it's a great way to learn. It's a great part of learning. So we do that here. Quizzes. There will be 9 quizzes. So there's 11 weeks. 2 of the weeks have tests in them, a midterm and a final. So of the other weeks, there's 9 left, and each one has a quiz. The quiz will appear on Wednesday of the week, and it'll be due Sunday, with the exception of the first week, which I'll explain here in just a minute. The quizzes are to be done by yourself, no help. Get all the help you want on the homework, no help on the quizzes. Do them by yourself. There's no time limit on them other than you got to be done by midnight on Sunday night. You can start, you can stop, you can come back to it. You just have to be done before the time limit runs out at midnight on Sunday night. Okay. I will drop the lowest of your quizzes, so only 8 of those quizzes will count. Likewise, on the discussions, there's 12 of them. I'll drop the lowest 2, so only 10 of the discussions will count. Yeah, so the discussions are 10% of your grade. The quizzes are 30% of your grade. Then there are 2 exams. The math department here at Wacom requires that all of our online classes have at least 50% of the grade proctored. So we do that. I do that by giving 2 exams, a midterm and a final, where I ask you to come and actually sit in a real classroom and take the test. So February 15th is the midterm, and the final exam, it says February 15th. It's not February 15th, it's March 22nd. Yeah, let's save that and repost it. So March 22nd is the final. You are asked to come to the Wacom CCC campus. It's in LDC 124 from 7 to 9 p.m. on February 15th for the midterm and March 22nd for the final, both in the same room, same time. I know that in an online class, people have all kinds of different schedules, and this may just be impossible for you to come at this time. That's fine. Contact me. We will find other arrangements to get these tests taken. I'm just hoping that most people can be there at this time. Yes. Each time you can use a sheet of notes, 8.5 inches by 11 inches or smaller, both sides. Please bring photo ID with you. Yeah. There we go. The grades here, essentially 90, 80, 70, 60, A, B, C, D kind of thing. All the percentages are given as to what each thing is worth above, so you can actually your grade ahead of time. You don't need me to calculate it for you. So I am going to stop this video now. I only got 15 minutes per video, and then I'm going to come back on the second part to talk about the rest of the syllabus.